This time of year, the new year, which we are still in, brings an awful lot of changes for people. And so this morning we've headed up to Ascension Living Alexian Village, talking with Brent Fink, Suzanne Kirk, who have the great privilege, they think, of often being the ones to welcome new residents into living here. And I would imagine this is a pretty busy time of year for those new folks to move in. Would that be fair to say?
I think that's fair to say.
New Year's, people making changes, certainly.
So one of the things that you have to kind of filter through when you make your first tour here at Alexian Village is that you've got kind of many options to choose from. So if you're watching this morning and you are looking at the independent living side of things, come on.
Yeah.
But if maybe life has thrown you a turn and you need some assistance, y'all have got a very vibrant assisted living community here as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we
Yes.
do. Absolutely.
We do.
Our village has about 60 residents, give or take, at any time in our assisted living. A big thing about our assisted living is they're still as independent as anyone on our independent side living. You know, they're just having assistance with some of their daily living activities, you know, so that's a big thing that we want to, the community and surrounding area to know is it's not a scary thing, you know.
I think it's important to stress that they are still very independent because I watch this. I talk often about my mom because she's getting older as well. She's 94. She's not getting older. She's 94.
Sure.
And so there are some fears that sometimes can kick in for many people. And that fear of losing your independence is one of them. So the fact that you can recognize, Suzanne, where the help is needed, but not take away what you've got is important.
And activities, we want them to be engaged with other residents. It's not sitting in your room waiting for someone to come help you. Like Brent said, it is just assistance. They play bingo. They even have happy hour. They have people that come in and they'll do musical performances a lot of times on Friday afternoon. So, I mean, these are vibrant people.
We're in the library on the village side of things. Is this kind of a community accessed space? Like if you're in assisted living, can you come here and check out a book?
Absolutely. And that's a big thing, is that our residents on the assisted living side are definitely encouraged to make their way to the independent living side. And the rule is, if you get there and you can give back, go do what you want, have fun, meet with your friends,
Let's talk about getting back. Sometimes you need that assistance for different reasons. So you do not have to, I think this is a misconception around town, you don't have to be living here to then utilize the assisted living side of the life here. So if someone's watching and maybe they've gone through a stroke or a cardiac event or something and they need some time to get back to their strong self, they can come here.
Absolutely.
Yes. And a lot of times people will do that. They'll come, they'll get healthy and strong, and they might possibly come back in to the independent living side.
I know we talk often about taking tours here, and you're very happy to welcome people in. Can you do the same with assisted living? Can you come and see it?
Absolutely.
Suzanne and I both, we support both the independent living side, assisted living side, as well as memory support. And we're fortunate that we have our rehabilitation center that's right here on site. Just like you mentioned, they can do the rehabilitation right here on site at our health and rehab center, and then move over to the assisted living side, and as things progress along, maybe the independent living side as well.
Okay, so it's funny, the things that you think you know,
right,
and then a life crisis hits you, and like everybody else, you just need some re-encouragement and some clarification on what to do. So let's go with the idea that maybe somebody watching has gone through a stroke.
Sure.
And their loved one's in the hospital right now, about to be discharged. They could be discharged here to your health and rehab area?
Yes.
So yes, and it'd be just like you mentioned. So they've gone through a surgery, whatever it may be. It could be a knee surgery, elbow, shoulder, very common. And they need to get back on their feet and back to where they were prior, in a living environment that the healthcare team is right down the hallway, right? And that's what we offer here.
Okay.
So, and in those scenarios, they're rehabbing back to where they were before, and moving to next steps in life, which may be assisted living, or it could be our independent living right here in the village.
Or just going home to their
Or
house.
just going home to
Okay.
Exactly.
But very often what happens is you come here and you see how happy it is, and that there is kind of a happy hour around here all the time.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to go home. So then they can find out about possibly staying.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
When we were setting up, we're in the library here, and we had a really hard time, to be honest with you, getting this place quiet.
Absolutely.
And there was a gentleman who came walking in, and he said, "Oh, are you about to film?" And we said, "Yeah." And he said, "Okay, I'm out."
Absolutely.
But I think you'll mention something about a ukulele club.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got everything here. You've got
do.
musicians here. You've got woodworking and artistry here. Y'all have something called a Foreign Affairs Club. Is that
Yeah,
Yes, the dinner
absolutely.
club,
Yeah, they're a foreign policy group that meets and talks about today's politics and of the past, right? And ways of the future. And it's a very exciting group.
If this is the place to come and be stimulated, I would say that's your mission.
Yes.
Y'all might differ in that, but you physically, you've got it.
Yes.
Spiritually, you've got it. Compassionately, you've got it. But the intellectual
Absolutely.
sharpness here,
Yes.
you've got some pretty interesting residents.
We
We
do.
really do.
We do, and that's a big thing about our community. You know, a lot of the residents are coming from different areas, very worldly. Actually, we were just talking about it before we were sitting with you here today. You know, we have a very worldly group that has done great things, anywhere from, you know, generals in the Army to medical doctors in South Carolina. So
NASA
you know,
scientists, even.
Absolutely.
Or the stay-at-home mom in Chattanooga.
no different.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do not have to try to play keep up with anybody, but you're going to find friends when you're here. I have to let us run, but the kind of the buzzword is that you are a continuum of care.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Which means you can come in with one need and transition into a new
Absolutely.
in one location.
That's correct.
Y'all have an event coming up that you want to talk about February 4th?
February
Correct.
4th.
Correct.
Yes.
We have an open house at the assisted living side.
Okay, so that they go to ascensionliving.org, they can find out more?
Absolutely, and more than welcome to call Suzanne and I, and we'd be more than happy to, you know, provide any additional information. And
Are you asking for a head count, like an RSVP?
yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
So if you could, you know, just give us a ring, and we can set that up, and we'll have some delicious finger foods there,
Absolutely.
and an opportunity to tour the village and meet the director as well.
Great to talk to y'all. Thanks for welcoming us in.
Thank you.
Thank you.